Hello BookTube, my name is Cait and this is my channel chaptercviii. And today I'm going to be announcing the MONSTERATHON Round 2, where monsters hide. The MONSTERATHON is a month-long competitive readathon that takes place the entire month of September. The readathon is completely dedicated to the reading of monster books. October is full of spooky, monstrous, scary, terrifying readathons. But 1 month is just not enough, so last year I decided to make MONSTERATHON. Think of it as a Halloween pregame. The MONSTERATHON has 3 teams total, and these teams are the Beasts, the Haunts, and the Conspiracies. And the goal for the readathon is to terrorize the most villagers. Each point you earn during the readathon is 1 villager terrorized. First and foremost, there is 1 group book. This is a book of short stories. Each team will have 1 short story assigned to them. However, if you are not able to purchase or get a hold of this book, there will actually be an alternative short story that you can find online and read for free. This year's book of short stories is How to Recognize a Demon Has Become Your Friend by Linda Addison. Linda Addison is the first Black author to receive the HWA Bram Stoker Award, so we are in for a treat with this book. Along with your assigned short story, each team will have 4 reading prompts. However, it doesn't matter what team you are on, you can read the reading prompts for any team, though the prompts for your own team will gain you more points. There will be more details on how all the points lay out linked in a document in the description of this video. The assigned short stories for each team will be announced closer to the beginning of the readathon. Now you may have noticed that this year's MONSTERATHON has a subtitle, and that is Where Monsters Hide. The purpose of this is to describe to you that monsters can be hiding anywhere, and each prompt in this readathon will be named after a place where you might find a monster. The first team we're going to talk about is the Beasts. The team leaders for the Beasts are myself, Cait from chaptercviii, Cecilia from Cecilia Reads, and Kasha from Kasha and Bookland. The Beasts are meant to represent any monsters that are based on animal or plant-like qualities. The first prompt is The Whispering Woods, and this is to read an underhyped book or a book that you just haven't heard much about. The second reading prompt is Hydra's Hangout, and this is to read a book based in mythology, or based on mythological creatures. The third prompt is The Lair of the Babadook, and this is to read a book that has LGBTQIA+ representation. And then the fourth prompt is Muswamp, and this is to read a book that has a pretty good looking cover. I like that cover. It's a nice cover. Now let's talk about the Haunts. The team leaders for the Haunts are Leah from Where in the World is Leah Jane, Justin from Ghost Reader, and Yumi from Yumi the Book Demon. The Haunts is a team that represents any monster that is dead. So that includes ghosts, zombies, demons, spirits, vampires. If you've crossed onto the other side, then you're on their side. The first prompt for the Haunts is Under the Bed, and this is to read a book by a Black or Indigenous author of color that you've been sleeping on, or a book by a Black or Indigenous author of color that you haven't read yet. The next prompt is Your Friendly Neighbor's House. You really can't trust them, but this prompt is to let a friend choose a book for you. This could be a friend online or offline. This could even be your dog, or your cat, or your ghost friend. The third prompt is Secret Crypt, and this is to read a mystery book or a book with a mystery element. And the fourth book is A Moment of Peace, and this is to read a comfort read. What you define as a comfort read may be very different than what someone else might define as a comfort read. This could be a genre in which you are very comfortable. This could be an old favorite. This one is entirely up to you. Then we have the third and final team, and that is the Conspiracies. The team leaders for the Conspiracies include Sarah from Novel Serendipity, Noria from Noria Reads, and Margaret from Margaret Adele. The Conspiracies is a team that is made up of anything that just doesn't quite fit into the other 2 categories. This could be aliens, this could be robots, mutants, you name it. Speaking of, the first prompt is Area 51, and this is to read a book involving aliens or mutants. The second prompt is Rearview Mirror, and this is to read an indie book or a book that was published 5 or more years ago. The third prompt is The Upside Down, and this is to read a retelling. And then finally we have The Bunker, and this is to read a book with disability or deaf representation. Throughout the month there will also be challenges that can gain you points. These are not reading-based challenges. The first challenge is to complete our MONSTERATHON tag. The MONSTERATHon tag is just a video where you recommend a book for every challenge. These are books that you've already read, but you could recommend to someone else to read for these challenges. The second challenge is to post your TBR. The third challenge will be a mystery this year, and you'll find out about midway through the month. The fourth challenge is to attend one of our watchalongs that will occur throughout the month. At the end of each week in September, we will have a watchalong. Each watchalong will be hosted by one team, and then the final week of September will be our live show. The movie chosen by the hosts of each team will be based on the team itself. We'll have a hashtag for that, and you can watch along with us on Twitter. And then the fifth challenge is to post your wrap-up for the month. So we won't expect this until after the end of the month. Now let's get to the layout of the points this year. As said earlier, each point equals 1 villager terrorized, and each page you read will count as 1 villager. Each reading prompt that you complete for your team's prompts will count for 100 villagers terrorized, and each reading prompt that you complete from another team's list will count for 50 villagers terrorized. If you complete your team's short story, that will count for 200 villagers terrorized, and if you complete the short story of another team, that will count for 100 villagers terrorized. And each challenge you complete will count for 300 villagers terrorized. These challenges can be completed in a number of ways. Of course, the watch-along will most likely be completed on Twitter, but the rest of the challenges you can complete on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, blogs, wherever. The way that we will keep track of points is through a Google spreadsheet. Once you sign up for the readathon, you will have access to those spreadsheets. However, you don't have to sign up to participate in the readathon. If you wish to participate from afar and not take place in the competitive nature of the readathon, that is perfectly fine. However, if you want to sign up and take part in the competitive nature of this readathon, then you're going to need to complete that sign-up sheet. There will be a spreadsheet for each team, and we are going to be working on an honor system, so don't mess with anyone else's points but your own. However, we understand that mistakes happen, and with that said, we encourage you to keep track of your own points throughout the month as well. So how many pages you read, which books you complete, and which challenges you complete. At the end of the month, 2 monsters from the winning team will have the opportunity to win a book of their choosing. I will post links to the MONSTERATHON Twitter, the information to all of the hosts, the spreadsheets, the sign-up sheets, and anything else you might need to know in the description of this video. If you post anything about this readathon, be sure to tag us. And if you want to show support for your specific team, then each team will have its own hashtag. And those will be Beast Reads, Haunt Reads, and Conspiracy Reads. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and to follow my channel for the most up-to-date information that you can get on the readathon. Comment below which team you're going to be joining. We can't wait for you to be one of us. Bye.